Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. Hey, we're looking at a problem that has to do with operations within scientific notation. So this is coming from CPM's Integrated Math 1, and this is section 8.1.3. So this is number 8-48. So it says rewrite each expression in scientific notation. So what we have first is this scientific notation, this number here, 1.24 times 10 to the third, and that's being added to that number, 2.3 times 10 to the fourth. Well, with scientific notation, in addition, really there isn't a shortcut to using keeping it in scientific notation. So what we have to do for this question is to convert it first into standard form, right? So the first thing is to put it into standard form. So 1.24 times 10 to the third, what does that mean? Well, times 10 to the third means it's times 1,000. So it moves that decimal place 3 times. So you end up 1240. So it's 1,240. This number is 10 to the fourth. So we move it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that becomes 23,000. So it's like multiplying by 10,000. Now add those. And now we can just add those numbers like we normally would add something 23,000 plus 1,200. So it's 24,240. And now we want to convert that back to scientific notation. What do we do there? Well, again, now the decimal place is here. So I would 1, 2, 3, 4, move it back 4. So it's going to be 2.424 times 10 to the fourth. So that's the answer for A. For B, now I'm asking for you to do division. Now, division, we can leave it in scientific notation. What we'll do is we'll actually divide the um, constants and then divide the bases with the exponents, the ten powers. So when I divide those numbers, 4 divided by 8 is 0.5 or 1 half. 10 to the fifth divided by 10 to the seventh, right? When you divide that, you get 10 to the negative 2. So remember, when you divide like bases, you subtract the exponent. So 5 minus 7 is that negative 2. So the only thing is one more step is for scientific notation, the decimal place has to be right there on the other side of the 5. So it's 5.0 times 10 to the, now what did I do? I moved it one direction to the positive. So it got bigger. So I need to make this number smaller. So it becomes negative 3. So now that's 5 times 10 to the negative 3. Last one is C. So C is asking us to multiply. So you can, just like you can divide scientific notation, you can multiply scientific notation. So remember, it's really just this number, then times 10 to the 10th, then times that number, then times that. So it's multiplication straight across. So I'm going to multiply out of order. Multiply those two numbers first, right? And then I'm going to multiply those two numbers. So 10 to the 10th times 10 to the 12th. So when I multiply, first of all, these two numbers, 8.5 times 7.5, I'll just do that real quick. 8.5 times 7.5, and I get 63.75. And when I multiply those, when you multiply like bases, you add the exponents, right? So that becomes 10 to the 22nd. But I can't leave it like this because that decimal place, the number, this constant here, that number, that first leading term has to be between 0 and, or yeah, between 1 and 9, right? So we got to move it here. Move that decimal place 1. So that's really 6.375 times 10 to. Now I made it get smaller. I made the number smaller. So therefore I need to compensate by increasing the exponent by 1. So there's how it's done. All right.